Hello, my name is Mark Monroe. This video is meant to go hand in hand with my group's paper for Project 2 in Media and Communication Studies 370 online class. Ethnography is defined as a study and scientific description of individual people and cultures. With a base understanding of that definition, I believe an individual would be able to clearly see how the Digital Culture Project was pivotal in enhancing our understanding of ethnography as well as being able to practice it. During the interview process, I learned not only about Ben and his personal relationship with social media, but also about how I can effectively conduct an interview with somebody who may not share the same ideas as me. I used the basic method of ethnography during the interview in hopes to remain as unbiased as possible, but it's virtually impossible to stay totally unbiased. The basic ethnographic theories act as reminders that subjectivity is the enemy of scientific studies and experimentation. This project brought me to the conclusion that being able to understand and connect with those who come from a different cultural background than me is essential in appropriately communicating between cultures. The point of data collection is not to project your own ideas or views or beliefs even onto the acquired data and the interpretations of said data that will follow. And there's a clear way to avoid doing that, which I found was simply to learn about those other cultures in which you're studying, which makes it possible to portray respect from your culture to theirs. In the case of this project, though, we obviously weren't so much learning about another culture as we were another individual, whoever it may have been that you were interviewing. I came to find, however, that the same theory applies to this situation. For example, I think one of the most important questions that our group asked Ben was, how does he identify himself? I believe that this question, along with Ben's answer, could be argued to be as important as any other question during the interview. Ben's answer to the question about his identity provided us with the information we would need later on to help us interpret other answers to more specific questions that we asked Ben. Having a good knowledge of an individual's background can drastically impact how you might interpret their actions or a discussion you may have with them. It gives you a basis to reflect on that will help you to better understand your interviewee's answer. Respecting other cultures' customs and traditions, or another individual's beliefs or values, makes communication more effective. Beginning with a knowledgeable background of various cultures, the foundation of communication can be achieved. After becoming more informed on the backgrounds of individuals or cultures, I believe the next step to practicing ethnography correctly is remaining open-minded. Prejudices and prejudgments often create a larger barrier across cultures than necessary. That's not to say that any tension between cultures is good or necessary, because it's not. That aside, recognizing that different cultures have different ways of doing things will assist in having an open mind and respect for diversity. I have come to the conclusion that as long as we continue to promote ethnography and self-ethnography, as well as the correct way to practice it, we will all be able to learn more and create a more cohesive, tolerant society, even in this digital age that we live in now. Thank you.